Well, good morning, everyone. I'm John here with Lucky H Ranch. And before we get started back on the hog pen this morning, we got to fix a water leak before it comes apart, and we really have a mess. So give me a second to get this all shut down, and we'll get started repairing this. Okay. Hopefully that's shut off enough so we don't have a mess. These clamps unscrewed so that we can pull the pipe away from that post and work on it. Yep. We might be in good shape there. All right, let's cut the bad stuff out. Yep, didn't shut off. Oh, we might be all right. It may be shut off all the way. It didn't look like it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is put primer on all of our fittings and pieces of pipe, because anything over a 3/4 inch pipe, I like to put the primer on it. It helps the glue hold stronger and better. So let's put it on all the pieces. Yeah, it's kind of messy, but that's all right. Okay, now we can start gluing it all together. Put a coupling on there. Actually, we probably could have put our T right there and not had to. Yeah, we probably needed it up higher. So let's go with about a 6-inch piece here. Yeah, I'm a little sloppy with it, but I'd rather have too much glue than not enough glue. Okay, now we can put our T in. Okay, put our water for the piggy back in, because she's gonna want water today. Oh, she's trying to get some right now. Sorry, girl, you're gonna have to wait a minute. Yeah, this is just a temporary line. We'll run all new lines for each one of the pins, so this is just something to throw together for now. And there we go. Throw our clamp back on before she tears it all up. There we go. Now we'll wait about 15 minutes or so and let that glue harden up a little bit, and then we can turn it all back on. Okay, well, now that we got that water line fixed, we can get back to working on this hog pen. So we need to lay out where this post is going to be, so let's take a measurement. So now, unfortunately, we got to dig the holes, and we don't have the auger hooked up to the tractor, so we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Okay, we got our hole dug about 24 inches deep. Now we'll take this 2x2 square tubing. It's all covered in oil and throw it in the hole. And later on it'll get cut down to the height we want it at. Okay, let's find a level. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to put dry concrete down in the hole and then pack it in, just like as if you were putting dirt back in the hole and packing it in. And then I leave it down about 3 or 4 inches so that I can pour water in there. I let that soak in, and then I put water in it one more time. Let it sit for about 3 days. There we go. Now let's pack it in. Now we want to double check it again to make sure it's level both directions. There we go. Now we can put water in there, let it seep down, fill it again, and with it being dry in there, it keeps everything stable. So your post, like putting wet concrete in that hole, the post just wants to lean over. Now it won't do that. Okay, now that we got this side laid out, let's lay out the front face across the alleyway there for the next set of gates. Just a second to get a stake set and we'll be ready. going to do 2 gates. If we have a 3x3 beam like that here, let's do a gate on each side. So we'll do a post at roughly 3 foot here, and let's do one more, whatever would be centered, so it doesn't look way off. So okay, so we put a mark at 238 1/4 on the string, and that'll be where the center of our post is. And if we go 1.5 inches this way off of that mark, go 3 foot. And then add 1.5 inches. So 37.5. Make a good mark. That's where that post will start and go that way. All that. Okay. Now all I need is for Lisa to come out and dig all the holes for me. Okay, well, now that we got this hole dug and we got some cement out here, let's see if we can't get this 3x3 post set by myself. Now that we got it in there, let's try to get it level and pour some dry cement around it. There we go. Now, actually we'll pack it in and then check it for level again. So let's see how we did. There we go. Okay, one more down. Well, and we'll start on some of these little ones. These 3x3 posts are left real tall like this because they're going to actually be the supports for the roof that we put on here. And the ones that are shorter, the 2x2 ones, those are just for the fencing and the gates for the pins. But the 3x3s, those will be our main roof support. Okay, well, now we're to a point where we need to cut some more of those 2-inch by 2-inch by 6-foot square tubing for the fence and the small gates. So we had to come get the quad with the welding trailer on it with the chop saw. So let's go back out front and go to work.
How far down?
We're gonna go about 2 foot deep. Yeah. So what you want to do is take your foot, so that you don't ever cut a string, take your foot and push it just a couple inches that way.
Okay.
And then as you're digging, you dig a few scoops out, then get off of your string and let it come back. And make sure that you're still roughly where you want to be and the hole hasn't moved one way or the other. There you go. Hey everyone, I just want to talk a little bit about what we've been using to cut the metal. We were using a regular chop saw and it works, but it's not that efficient. A friend of mine told me to try this bandsaw from Harbor Freight, very reasonably priced, and this thing actually works amazing. Much cleaner cuts, it's going to make the job much faster, so I'm glad we decided to go that route. Thank you for being with us today here at Lucky H Ranch, and we'll see you in the next one.